the show that takes broken treasure and gives them a new lease of life, as this week the repair shop opens its doors once more.
Wow. We're joined now by Jay Blades, as well as the show's resident leather expert, Suzie Fletcher. So good morning to both.
Good morning, you both.
Lovely to see you. The story behind that box, Suzie, is amazing. So this is Jim, who's sadly no longer with us, former child of the Kindertransport, the German... this is the Jewish children who came to the UK from Germany or from Europe during the Second World War. And this is his widow, Rose, who brings that to you. What a responsibility when someone brings you something like that.
You have no idea. It just is, I'm constantly in awe of anyone that brings anything in that has such intrinsic value. And it tells this magnificent story of Jim and what he went through. And I take this responsibility very, very seriously. And the whole time I'm working on an item, I'm very aware of getting it right and making sure it's put back in a really good condition to hand back to the owner.
And I think that is the beauty of this show, Jay, actually, is that you couple together the skill of the restorer with real-life stories, which are always the best.
Yeah, and I think that the expertise of... Good morning, Holly and Phil. And before I answer that question, I often do this from time to time, but here you go. This is from the teddy bear ladies. We've got 2 teddy bears for you and Phil, and we'll make sure these get to you.
Oh my
and
gosh,
handmade.
so sweet. Thank you.
They're for you. But we're very fortunate in the repair shop that we've got over 500 years of experience, and I must say that Suzie adds all the other experts, but Susie's probably the best at doing this. And hello, Suzie, I haven't seen you in a long time.
No, hi.
What Suzie does is she holds her breath until the person who's receiving the item enjoys it and says thank you for it, because she puts so much love into what she's doing, as all the experts do. They just want this item to continue for another 100 years, and it is just a joy. And Susie's right. The people that bring the items in, wow, they are so brave and tell us about their
Suzie,
family history.
You said that when you reveal the box that you've been working on to Rose, it was the look in her eyes.
Yes, unbelievable. Her eyes spoke 1,000 words. It is something I will never forget. The depth of the emotion in her eyes really gets me really choked up thinking about it. She's a beautiful lady, and I was so honoured to do this for her.
We've all learnt how important community is over the last year, and within your workshop, it is like a community. I mean, you all have your sort of individual areas of expertise, but if someone doesn't know something, they then pop along to the next one who might have the answer to this, and you all kind of work separately, but very much together, Jay.
Yeah, we've become a family. I think we've been filming, Suzie will correct me on this, since 2017 we've been filming together, and sometimes we're down filming for about 5 or 6 days a week. So you have lunch together, you have dinner, you have breakfast, and it's just a real joy that you can actually rely on that community of experts, and that's in front and behind the camera as well.
You've kept this series up your sleeve for a while, because I think because we're looking at the social distancing there, it's 2019, pre the nightmare that we're in. Why didn't you put it out earlier?
It's above our pay grade, Phillip. That's down to the BBC. We're not allowed to put things out, but fortunately we have filmed during COVID and we've kept the social distancing. But because of the items and the people that bring the items in, you still have that kind of warmth. So the shows that you're going to starting tonight, 8 o'clock, BBC One, had to do a plug, are the ones that are filmed pre-COVID. So you saw me and Suzie quite close to the bench there.
And Suzie, I mean, I think it's definitely fair to say the show has definitely inspired future generations of crafters. Couple that again with the fact we're all in lockdown and we're all finding things to do. So many people are turning to craft and hobbies and things like this, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's been one of the many lovely benefits of having the repair show on the television, has inspired not only just a younger generation, but also more people that are looking for new careers or change of lifestyle. And we're all very, very happy to be passing on any help that we can to anyone that wants to know how to get into certain trades. But my word of advice is, if there's something that you really love, and you're really passionate about, see if you can actually make a living or a career out of it, because that old saying, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. It's so true.
So true.
And Jay, you also say, and we've said this so many times on here, where we all find ourselves, and yes, it's a little bit more smaller, hopefully more inclusive, local shops, buying local things, and from your point of view, supporting local craftspeople.
Most definitely. I think with the repair shop, it's one of those things where we've shown that you can find these experts out in the community. They are out there doing some brilliant work, and it's just the repair shop has highlighted it. But I'm a champion of community. I shop locally. I buy a lot of my fabric from the local market when we're allowed to open up. And people will see me down the local supermarket doing my bits and bobs. I love local all day, every day.
Well, if it wasn't for local, you wouldn't have got into this in the first place. I think you have 92-year-old Ken to thank for one of your strings to your bow.
Correct. When I first got into restoration, I knew nothing about it. So I asked the community if they could teach me and the young people how to restore and revamp on furniture. And our oldest teacher was Ken, 92-year-old, who taught us how to cane and weave a chair. And it's just a joy. When you ask the community for help and they give it to you, it's just the best feeling.
What about you, Suzie? Where did your love of leather start?
Yeah, well, much like Jay's explaining, I get my artistic flair from both my parents, and then I had this lifelong love of horses. And through a series of events, I was introduced to the local saddler, a man by the name of Ken Langsford. And he saw that I had this absolute passion for everything equipment related with the horses.
Yeah.
And so he encouraged me to follow this as a career, and he's been my mentor for many, many years. And,
there you go.
It is through these meetings that can change your life. It certainly changed mine.
Follow that passion. In the meantime, the repair shop, as you said, is 8 p.m. on BBC One tonight. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Very much.
Thank you.